So hello everyone, welcome to the latest edition of the live lounge here from Kartmasters. The British Kart Grand Prix well and truly underway, and we are well underway with our interviews as well. Thank you for joining us. My name's Chris McCarthy. I am your host throughout the day. And joining me now, someone who returns to the Kartmasters paddock after a few years away, Rashan Chigorimbo. Rashan, welcome back to Kartmasters. Little bit tricky conditions out there. Great to have you back. You're racing Senior X30 with Fusion this year. It's been a few years since you've been here, though. So tell us what it was that influenced the decision to come back this year.
I think I've been out of racing for 3 years now, and I thought, why not come back to Kartmasters since that's the biggest event in the UK during the year. So I thought, why not come back and then try, see if I still got it in me to do well in a go-kart. It's been a very long time. And I think I'm slowly adapting and getting back into it. Taking me a bit longer than I would like, but I'm slowly getting there.
I mean, you've given yourself probably the toughest challenge in British karting, arguably one of the toughest in European karting. The grid out there, hugely competitive, isn't it? Just tell us how it's been jumping straight back into Kartmasters.
Well, I feel like I've come and jumped in right into the deep end because you've got people like Gus Lawrence, number one. You've got Harry Platten, GP plate. You've also got other drivers like Sam Shaw, who's seeded numbers. You've got PF plate, Marcus Littlewood.
Yeah.
So everyone who's here this weekend is a top driver. So for me to come back and jump straight into the deep end, it's been challenging, but it's also showing me that as a driver how good I am for me to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah. And tell us what you've been doing then since you stepped away from karting. What have you been up to?
So I did take a year's break to focus on schoolwork, but after that, I've been racing and testing in Fiesta Juniors. So it's a step up from karting.
And how's that been going for you?
So far, it's been going all right. I'm doing okay in the championship. Wouldn't say the best because there's a bit of driving and me, but there's always ways you can improve. So I think as I've grown up and matured a bit more, I've found ways where I can improve in my driving, especially.
Yeah, it must be great being out there. I'm sure there's probably drivers in Fiesta Juniors that you might recognise from karting as well.
There's one, Luke Hilton, who is a name I'm familiar with.
Yeah, good stuff. And tell us the difference then from doing the Fiesta Juniors, coming back to this. Completely, obviously different, but I imagine a lot more driving in a karting weekend, isn't it?
There is a lot more driving, even during the race. I think over the last 2 days, so yesterday's heats and today's heats, I've done a lot more overtaking and driving at racecraft compared to in a car race. I think that's just because in a car race, it's so close and action-packed, you never know what's going to happen. So car racing is where you want to be.
Yeah, and of course, our theme this year is Stars of Kartmasters. You're one of many who have jumped up into cars, but I want to take you back to your time racing in Kartmasters previous to this. Tell us the memories you have from racing in this event.
I've got a lot of memories from racing from Kartmasters. I think this is my coming up to 10th time doing Kartmasters now, so I've been doing it for quite a long time. I remember the first time I came to Kartmasters, I was quite overwhelmed at how big it was. I didn't make it to the A final, which I was a bit disappointed in, but that was me back in cadets. But after the second year trying, I made it through to the A final, and I slowly progressed forward up along the grid. Until 2020, which was my last Kartmasters race, where I started last due to a mechanical failure, came through the grid, and unfortunately didn't finish the race due to a mechanical failure. But I think it's shown that over the years how much I've grown as Kartmasters has grown as well.
So you've kind of grown with the event as it's expanded broadcast-wise and numbers-wise and paddock-wise. I guess you grew with the event a little bit.
I think I have, yeah. I think it's also great because as I've grown, I've changed so much personality-wise, driving-wise, that I think I've become a better driver in total.
And this is a very unique event. We've had many guests in, Alice Powell, Ron Meadows, and they all agree this is a very unique event. You don't really get it in the world of car racing, that one-off to go for the GP play. How does that help develop you as a driver?
I think because Kartmasters is a one-off event that everyone wants to win, so you really have to give it your all. And in giving it all, it shows you how much potential we've got. Like this weekend, I found potential I didn't know I have. Like I've come straight into the deep end, and on Friday practice, I was 4 seconds off. But come Saturday qualifying, I found 3 seconds just from being dialed back into a car and having a good team behind me coaching me and getting me back into the flow of racing.
Yeah, you're certainly with a good team in Fusion
Yeah.
Motorsport. I'm sure they've done a great job for you. Well, we speak a little bit about memories there. Our question of the day, which we're asking all our guests, Rashan, is what is your favourite Kartmasters memory?
Mine's a bit of a funny one because it is the 2020 Kartmasters where I didn't finish the race. But mine is starting from the last row of the Junior X30 grid, coming through to about 4th or 5th place, right before I crashed out the race. But that's my favourite memory just because it shows me how good of a driver I can be when I put my mind to it. For me to come through the grid, I still have about 5 minutes left to battle the front. But unfortunately, I didn't finish the race. But that just shows what can happen at Kartmasters. Anything can happen.
A race you must enjoy watching back, I imagine.
Yeah. I watch it back until I crash, and after I crash, I just turn off the video. But I quite enjoy watching it.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the weekend, rest of the season of Fiesta Junior. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak to us right now.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you. Great to have you back at the event, as it is with many drivers, and we'll be speaking to many of those. Throughout the day, you can watch all the Live Lounge interviews on the YouTube channel, and all the paddock shows and live streams are available on the Alpha Live YouTube channel.